Hello,
Hello,
Anushka.
ma'am. Good evening. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Anushka? Good evening. Happy good evening to you. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay, just give me a moment. I think my net, I just transfer my net. Okay, one second.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, can you see me and hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's better because that net was not good. So, how are you? All good? How was your day today?
It was great.
What was special about the day today?
Today I had early morning classes for tuition at 7:30, and
Oh,
after that, my sister and my cousin came. They went somewhere. So then we enjoyed. They
so
brought things.
did you go with them or you were at home?
I was at home.
You didn't go with them.
No.
So you can say my sister and my cousin came and then they went out, but in that time we enjoyed. Like it was a confusing
Okay.
statement, no? Your sister
Okay.
came, they came, but you did not do anything, and then how did you enjoy it? So that's one thing. You have to explain that. Right? All right. So it was a special day because your sister, is she married?
No, ma'am. She is
Then.
younger than me.
Oh, she's younger than you, but her friend came, so you had a good time.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What special things did you do together?
We enjoyed, we had food, tasty food, and we played.
Yes, very nice. Let us have, before we start our wonderful world and discussing the landscape, that's because you have a geography lesson already, so it's okay. Do you enjoy geography?
Yes, ma'am, I enjoy studying geography.
What's so special about geography? What do you like about geography?
I like to explore the kind of landscapes our earth has, and I want to see that there are many surreal places that I don't know about, so I like to explore them.
Very nice. Yes. Even when I used to study geography, the landscapes, the valleys, the rivers, they already intrigued me, and I really used to enjoy the fun, that loving thing that in the geography. But the degrees, when they come, again, it comes with mathematics, and again, I used to find it difficult. But it was fun. The degrees, the
Yes, ma'am.
locations, the maps. You know, when I was small, also my father was into shipping.
Okay.
So we had a that time it was very difficult for us even to have a world map. But my father was gifted a world map by some captain of a ship and all, and it was so big, so we could see the different time zones and all that.
Okay.
And that was so attractive. So whenever I used to be free, I used to always go and look at the map, learn the map, and look at the different world locations. Because that time we were not getting the maps easily accessible when we were very small, like say
Yes.
fifth and fourth and all that. Okay, that is very small that time. But then later on, we started having atlases and all that. So I
Yes.
always used to look at the atlas, the capitals. So do you enjoy doing that? Do you go at the back page of the atlas and see the country, the capitals, the country code?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because it makes us aware of how many countries we have in the world, how many cities, districts, areas. So inside, we have so many. But
Yes, ma'am.
now your generation, you needn't go delve deep into it because you have the Google Maps, right?
Yes.
So
Yes, ma'am.
that's what is the difference between that time and this time? What do you feel now?
I feel that at that time everything was not easily accessible, but right now we can get anything at a click, that we just go on Google and search anything that we want, and we have the access right away. But at that time, people had to struggle a lot to access things such as you told, the maps. So
Yes. Yet you have things at the tip of your fingers. For
yes,
us, we used to have to explore libraries. We had to go to certain places, even to get a small information. That big fat dictionary we had bought. I
yes, ma'am.
remember my grandfather had gifted me a small dictionary, and that dictionary I had stored it till now, but then it went tattered, so I threw it away. But it was written with this. So these are memories we used to form. But for y'all, it has become so easy, and so that is the thing. But do you think there's an advantage to it, or what could you be missing? Then let's have a small debate there. Okay, so you could be missing something precious. So let's have a debate here. I think
Okay.
that time was good because we could explore a lot of things on our own. We used to learn on our own. Yes, it used to take time also, but still, but full knowledge we could not get as you all are getting. So now, what do you say? Is your time better or our time better?
I think that both the times are better because at
You
that
cannot
time.
choose. Well, you have to choose one side. It can be a debate, means you choose one side.
Okay, so I would choose my side because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that what happened at other side, but in my side I can get anything accessible right away, and at that time I think it would be very difficult for those uh, who were not having any access to money and something, so they would be it would be very difficult for
But
them.
we were more here. I would argue with you that we were more sharing and caring. Like if a friend did not have a map or something and she wanted it, we used to share it in school immediately. We say, okay, okay, here, take. You don't have that fun. Sometimes the friend will lose the map or the atlas and not bring it, or the notebooks if they take, they don't bring it. So nowadays nobody does that. No, they don't give you the notebook. They don't share it. They don't share answers. Like sometimes if you don't do the maths homework, morning we'll tell, please give your maths homework and we'll copy it first. Do you do that?
No, ma'am. Actually, if sometimes it is very necessary to give homework, so I give them because if there is a situation which is okay, that it is a situation that I can give and you are not copying from others. For example, if there is any math solution and it is a homework, so I don't give them because they need to learn it from their own, because if they'll copy the answers and solution, they'll not go through it again. So and the exams, they will forget how to solve it. So I ask them simply to tell
No, but
ma'am that
we used to learn and make it for the exam, but sometimes we were lazy to do the homework. We used to go and play. See, we had more playtime than you have. We used to
yes.
enjoy the playtime, but sometimes there'll be always one girl who'll always do the homework. So she'll share the homework, we'll copy it, avoid the punishments. Sometimes it's like because I don't like maths to be very honest. But yeah, as you said, but then when the exam time comes, before that we revise all the chapters, we go through the lessons. So that was not a bad thing. We were scoring well, and we never had competition that you want 90% or 100% for people. You got a 60, 65%. It's very happy, go lucky, you're very lucky you study, you're first class. So that was a time where we were most relaxed, we were more caring, sharing. What do you say on that?
I think that it's not only for that time that everyone was sharing and caring, but in today's world also, most of the people are sharing and caring. They have a kind nature because, for example, if I take of my classroom, if someone forgets to bring anything, and or our teacher asks us to bring print out or something like that, and they don't have access to that particular facility, so we help each other out, like we can get the printout for them and other things such as accessory or any instrument, drawing instrument. So it's not like that in today's world. No one
But
is
then
sharing
in
it.
our time, we were lucky enough that we were never bothered by phones because only people who put effort. So yeah, I always had a phone in my house, but there are many people who had to go and call in another, used to go to another person's house, and then they used to make a call and all that, or
Yes.
they'll come to a house. I want to make a call. Can I make a call? So there we were never stuck up much on the phone like your generation is with the screening. Even though learning now you are saying learning is easy, we have a tip of, you can use that word, with a click of a finger or a tip of a finger we can get all the information. But then I feel you don't become smart doing that because you are anyway copying. Now you are saying people copy. Many people go to YouTube and solve this, some watching YouTube and they write it down. So then that's not proper learning. Here we used to then go ask a friend or teacher again with the sum and learn. So you become self learner. So that bond of teachers also is a bit less, I feel.
I don't think so that if copying from a YouTube will make, it depends on the person actually. If
Hmm.
that person has some issues that they have to submit their work tomorrow, it's the deadline. So I think it's all right to copy because sometimes I also do that
But
because
then you
as
should
I
help.
said,
If your friend is copying from you, then you should help. You said you don't help there. It's okay. So even you have copied, you've not learned. So she might
but
learn
not
it later.
but not every time. I when I learn when I solve from YouTube, I see that is the step I'm doing correct, why I'm doing this step. So it retains in my memory. I don't just copy it, that I'm just opening the solution and just copying it right away. I also listen to that.
Okay, so let's now agree to disagree on this debate because each of the times were special. We could go with the maps. You want to attend the call? You can attend it.
Sorry ma'am, wait a second.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. So we were
About,
having a lovely
yes,
discussion. We were
yes
having a
ma'am.
lovely discussion, and I hope you understood the debates. And let us now disagree on our points, and we'll agree to stop there. Right? That's how you end a phrase. How do you end your debate? Let's
And
agree to disagree. That's a
yes
good
ma'am.
phrase. Okay. Yeah. So now let's go with that lesson. So I actually had got one more topic for you if you're ready to speak, but we'll do Earth Wonders next time. We can do that.
Okay ma'am.
Okay. Our wonderful world. So you can read what are the different type of uh, things or the landscapes that we have in our beautiful earth created by Mother Nature.
Okay ma'am. Mountainous, an area dominated by the presence of mountains. Sometimes the top is covered with snow. Cliff, a high wall like structure made from rocks, often found near oceans, rivers, and lakes. Valley, an area of low land between hills or mountains. Glacial, a glacial landscape is a type of land shaped by big, slow moving chunks of ice called glaciers. Desert, a desert landscape is a dry and sandy environment with very little water and often lots of sand. Coastal, a coastal landscape is an area near the sea or ocean where you find things like beaches and cliffs. Jungle, a jungle landscape is a type of thick forest full of tall trees and animals. Island, an island landscape is an area of land completely surrounded by water. Volcanic, a volcanic landscape is an area which is dominated by volcanoes created by volcanic activity.
So, would you like to go and visit a volcano, a live one? Like, say, many places have live volcanoes. I think Mount Fiji has one, and
Yes,
even
ma'am.
Indonesia. So, have you seen videos about live volcanoes, people visiting them and all that?
Yes, ma'am. But I think it's quite dangerous to visit
No,
that.
we can visit. There is a certain limitation set by their government where till that point we can visit the volcano. In many places where the volcanoes are active, it is allowed to do that. You know, you can go visit, but to a certain extent and carry a bucket. You just watch videos where we can visit for live volcanoes. You'll know a lot of things about it. Now, which of the have you learned about phobias? Yesterday we were
Yes,
discussing about
ma'am.
that. You've done a few of them. We'll
Yes,
discuss it
ma'am.
in 2 minutes. Okay. Which of
Okay.
the landscapes seem to be the most unique and thrilling accord, like for you? Where do you want to go? Mountains, volcanoes, beaches, rivers, valleys?
I would like to go to coastal landscape because I have visited mountainous landscape this year only. So I would like to experience that how it feels like to be at coastal landscape, and from there also I can visit cliffs as well.
No, coastal enclave, it's only hot and humid. I'll tell you because I've been living my throughout my life, I've been living on a coast. So
Okay.
the place I am from in Kerala, it's called Calicut, where Vasco da Gama, you're aware of Vasco da
Yes,
Gama, then
ma'am.
started. He landed in Calicut, and we are. I was very like this house is a little far away, but like say for nearly 40 years, I was born and brought up in that area where the beach is very close. We could hear the waves every day in a house, and every day I could go and walk to the beach, you know. But it is quite hot, it's quite humid, and if there's a tsunami warning, it's very scary also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because there was a great tsunami, if you remember. I would like to share an incident with you because we are
Okay.
discussing it. So remember 2000, there was an earthquake and
Yes,
really a huge earthquake, no, 2000, which we had a tsunami warning in India, and there was a big tsunami in India in the coastal areas. If you remember, I forgot the year. It's 2002 or 3 or something. 2003, I think. I don't remember exactly the year. 2000, that time. My kids were very small. My mom was bedridden. And that time we had a tsunami warning. So we are very close to the sea. And my mom's house is also very close to the sea because I
okay.
got married in the same street. Now, everybody, police was, we are not allowed to go near the beach and all. So we thought of shifting to a hotel where a little bit far away. Now, just imagine my mother was bedridden and she was not ready to leave the house. So it was so scary. I said, please come, please, because I had two children. Now I cannot stay with her because they need a mother. So look at my dilemma. My dilemma was what should I do? Then my father was like, "You go, we'll go." So that time was a very saddening time that sometimes in life you have to decide such things. And this
Yes,
is
ma'am.
I'm not joking, but this is a real thing that happened to me also. I was so sad on one end that I had to be with my kids because they were very, very small. At the same time, mother was bedridden. Now her life is at risk. She cannot walk. I cannot imagine her drowning in the sea, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's very scary just to think about it.
Yeah, so Mother Nature is disastrous sometimes, Mother
Yes,
Nature is
ma'am.
destructive sometimes. So these situations, but when you have faith, I keep faith in God. Sometimes we can't do anything, we're helpless.
Yes, ma'am.
So see, life puts us in such situations, and that be
Yes,
prepared with
yes,
everything as a youngster. This will come, that will come, but you cannot be strong at this time. Like it was not easy for me to become strong. I could not become strong, to be
yes,
very honest. So today, when the word tsunami comes or the coastal area, yeah, I am I love the beaches. Actually, it's very nice going to the beach, just dipping your legs in the water. But what could be a dangerous situation in a mountain if you live?
in a mountain for I have been to mountains and I have seen that there are no hospitals available at between village in the villages, because at a place I went and we had to purchase some medicines. So we had where we stayed, we had to go around 5 kilometer far from there to purchase only a medicine. So
Yeah.
only it was a infirmary shop, and what I asked someone local that how far the hospital is, so they asked that it is in another city.
Yeah, so
So it,
see, look, so you realize being in a city and what advantages you have.
yes,
But but reality of life is living with we are not used to living with Mother Nature. Actually,
yes,
there might be some for headache and stomach and all. Mother Nature has certain leaves, certain things which we have forgotten a touch of.
yes, ma'am.
We don't even know the good leaves and the bad leaves on the
Yes,
trees, right? You are just going to school, you are learning what is a part of a tree, but you don't know. And earlier, Indian doctors, I would say Ayurvedic doctors,
yes,
were
Ayurvedic.
so well versed. In India, we have a lot of medicines which actually is helping cure cancers also now, but they are not letting it out because the pharma industry is like, I would say,
Yes,
quite corrupted. That is a problem. Like COVID was also a disease which was, made up
yes, ma'am.
mutations, isn't it?
Yes,
So see how the world is cruel, and even dogs. Have you seen dogs nibbling at the leaves sometimes? Cats, dogs, they
yes,
nibble
ma'am.
certain tulsi leaves and all that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so
I've
they heal themselves. We also can heal ourselves, but we don't
yes,
do it because we are just educated book wise.
yes, ma'am. Even cats and dogs know that what which leaves can heal them, but we don't know.
Yeah, because we are just educated book
Yes,
knowledge. That's all. Do some math sums, do some science activities,
yes,
be creative, learn and write an exam. We don't do practical studies. We don't know which is a good leaf, which is a bad leaf, which is a poisonous one.
yes,
You
ma'am.
won't know, right? Yeah, so we have lost the basic knowledge of nature by
Yes,
living in closed doors. See, so
yes,
going out and traveling is very important. It made you realize that what happens if you go out and there's no medicine,
yes,
right?
ma'am.
Yeah, so you should go out, travel a lot, do solo trips when you grow up, okay, as a girl.
Okay.
Yeah. So, have you visited any of the thrilling places, as you said, mountains, and share your experience if it was a thrilling experience?
Yes, ma'am. It was a very thrilling. It was thrilling experience, and the landscape was very beautiful, and it felt that I'm not in any place. It felt like heaven. That it was so peaceful and calm. And as we went on the top of the mountains to reach our resort, it felt when I watched from the window, it felt like I will just fall from there because it's so deep. But
So you had a phobia of, you forgot to use that word, ma'am. I felt like a phobia of heights. So what is the
no,
word
ma'am,
for
I
phobia?
don't have phobia of heights, but
But
it was
that,
too
yeah,
high. It was
yeah.
too high.
So that minute you felt, no, so you should name that phobia of heights. So this enhances your speaking skills. Yesterday we did about phobias.
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
can use that topic, okay. So if you
Okay.
were stranded on an island, how would you spend your time and what would be your rescue plan?
First of all, I would go and search for something which I can make an emergency sign, SOS sign, so that and make any place to stay and find some food to eat, because maybe I don't have any food for to eat, and make an SOS signal, big SOS signal, I guess, because at that island no one would be there, and maybe some ships which are passing through that area may
There
recognize
are a
that.
few movies related to such topics, ships passing by and rescuing and all that. In English, there were a few movies like that in the earlier times also. Okay, so SOS is a good idea. And how do you make smoke signals with the natural things that you have? Do you know with smoke making smoke signals with sticks also? They do all that, with stone sticks. They make fire and then they have these smoke signals. So you can just practice them
Yes, ma'am.
sometime. During the tsunami, this tsunami, as I was telling, Sri Lanka was also affected, and Lakshadweep was affected, Kerala was affected. During that time, a very intelligent lady staying near Kanyakumari or somewhere, has saved a lot of life because she knew the ham radio. There is a
Okay.
thing called a ham radio, HAM. Ham radios can be used only by pilots or policemen or like coast guards and everybody. It is a government thing which you should get a license for.
Okay.
And you can hear the conversation of the pilots flying in your area, but for that, you have to get permissions. You cannot just listen to any pilot and interrupt. You're not supposed to interrupt the pilots,
Yes.
but you can listen to their conversations. So if you have a ham license, so that's a very interesting thing. She saved so many lives using the technology. So that way, modern technology is good.
Yes, ma'am.
Like she could convey to people that in this area there are a lot of people, come and save them.
Yes, ma'am.
So she was far away and they were all saved because of her. So such incidents are there where if you make use of the education in the right way, you can also save yourself from natural disasters. So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, and this is just you have to prepare and write one exam, very easy one. Like if you're good
Okay.
at science and maths, when you grow up, you can write after 18th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So see, you got a good information, right?
Yes, ma'am. And I
Yeah.
have heard about it for the first time.
Yeah, so it's like a wireless phone or something which everybody cannot use. There is a equipment which you have to keep it in your house or wherever
Okay.
you are, and then you can use and you get a PNR. Like you will have a particular PNR. There are PNR words used by pilots like
Yes.
alpha. We don't say A for apple, we say alpha, beta, like that. So C for Charlie, D for Delta. It's called the
Yes.
NATO language.
Like
NA.
12.
Yeah,
Yes.
so NATO alphas are used, and you can create your PNR with
Okay.
using the NATO alphas, and then on your car also, if you can write it. You can write that
Okay.
PNR, they will understand, okay, he's got a ham radio. And it's so useful in certain cases, emergencies, and you can know so many people around also due to ham.
Okay.
Okay. So which one seems ideal spot for a trip with friends? If you go to different landscapes, which one will you go for?
I would go for an island trip because it is somewhat surrounded by water, and I want to experience that how it feels to be there, and will play and do many things.
Okay. So which one seems like have you watched any movies or shows related to surviving in the man wild, like for man versus wild, etc. And there's one Brill Chris who
Bear
took
Grylls.
Brill, he took Mr. Modi also for a trip and
Yes,
Akshay
ma'am.
Kumar and everyone. So okay, quickly Pictionary. You can just see the picture. What is the landscape that you see? What is the animal and where does it belong to? Why is it in a bottle? Let your ideas come out in 1 minute.
It's like it is a coastal. It describes a coastal landscape. There is a dolphin, I guess, in that, and it is showing about that's how it lives in the sea.
Yeah, it's the bottom of the sea actually.
Yes, ma'am.
It's the bottom of the sea or the oceans where beautiful animals are there. There can be coral reefs near the areas, sometimes on the top layer. But this is beneath the sea where there could be sharks and dangerous animals. And but why have they put it in the bottle? Why is the picture in the bottle? The animal
The
in the bottle.
picture
Huh. What is it showcasing you?
it showcases that many we can. It showcases about the environment they live in, maybe because I'm not sure.
This showcases how man is trapping nature, how man is spoiling nature, how man is interfering with the basics of nature, and we are just destroying it.
Yes, ma'am.
We have reached beneath the sea levels also to destroy the sea also.
Yes, ma'am.
We can do it in that way also, or we can see, yeah, like why it is in a bottle, because bottle is, who does that? We cage animals, we harm the nature, we cut down trees. It's us who are bad. In you just read a very interesting topic today. What will happen to the earth if in 7 days if there is no human beings? And see the change that the earth has in 7 days if there's not a single human being. Very imaginative when you write it.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
So the other one homework we could not discuss. Is it a very